Hey there, this is a walkthrough on the various features that cleancoders.com offers to organizations like yours. The first thing that you want to do in order to take advantage of Clean Coders' organization features is to create a business account. I'm here on the homepage, and the first thing that you want to do is hit sign up. So when we arrive on the sign up page, you'll notice that there are two large buttons here, and individual is selected by default. Since you want to take advantage of features for your organization, click on the large business button. The form fields change and it asks first for your business email. So I entered my email. I'm going to fill out the rest of the fields, starting with the company name. Right, I'm going to opt to receive emails when new episodes are released, and make sure that you check this box that says that you agree to the user agreement and privacy policy, or else you won't be able to create an account. I'm just going to double check all the information on this form one more time to make sure that everything is correct. First, I see that I've selected a business account, which is important since I want to take advantage of organization features. I have an email, name for my organization, and password, and I've checked the boxes. All right, sign up. At this point, in order to continue sign up, I need to go to my email and click on a link inside that email in order to proceed. I've pasted the link into my browser and it takes me to this page called Licenses. Before I talk to you about the Licenses page, I'm going to show you around a little bit more first. So now that I'm logged in the upper right-hand corner, you'll notice that there is now a menu that has my name in it. And if I click on this menu, I'll see two different columns. The column on the right are functions that relate to me as a user. These are videos that I have personally purchased. This is a list of orders that I've made in the past. These are settings for my email address, and this is how I log out. Over here in this left column are operations that relate to my organization. If you remember from the previous step, from signing up, I named my organization Clean Coders Tutorial. So these are all pages that relate to Clean Coders Tutorial specifically. I'm going to take you to this page called Users and Teams first. On the Users and Teams page, I can manage all of the members of my organization. Right now, it's just me, so you might be wondering what all the fuss is about. If I want to invite users to my organization, I can invite them in two different ways. Each way is accessible from this button here, Invite Members. If I click on that button, I get a modal window with two different options. The option on the bottom is a little more straightforward. If I send anybody in my organization, my real life organization, this link, and they follow this link, they will be added to my list of members that you can see behind this. But if I want to send each individual member of my organization an email with this same link, I can do that from this text area up here. All I need to do is enter a list of emails separated by commas, spaces, or new lines. So you can see here that I have 4 additional members of my organization. And if I click this, each one of them will receive an email. You might notice the flash message up here confirming that. Okay. So now in this left-hand column called Members, you might notice that there are 5 people in my organization, and there's only one person on a team right now, and that person is me. You should also notice that the people that I just sent an email to are in this special state where it says invitation pending. Despite this status, I can still perform any operation that I normally would on a user. This just lets me know whether or not someone has accepted the invitation that I emailed them and has logged into their account. Having everybody in my organization in this list of all members is useful to a degree, but I think it would be more useful if I created some teams. So I'm going to create a team over here. I'm going to call it Studio because Clean Coders has a development studio. So I'm going to put all of the members of my organization that are part of the development studio onto this team. The first person I'm going to put in there is myself. And all I need to do is click and hold, and then I can drag my name and then drop it onto one of the teams. You will also notice that doing this removed me from the default team. Members of your organization can only be on one team at a time. If I want to remove myself from the studio team and move myself back to the default team, I am removed from the studio team at the same time. So let's re-add myself to the studio team because that's where I want to be. I'm also going to add Micah, who is a member of the studio team. And I'm going to add Tad as well. Now, there's still 2 other people in my organization who don't have a team. And instead of creating a new team this time, which I certainly can do, the same way that I did the first time, I'm going to make use of this default team to show you the settings that exist for teams. So if I go over to the default team and I click on this little gear icon, I get another modal window. Underneath is a link that you can send to members of your organization for them to join not only your organization, but to this specific team. So it can save time if you already know where you want them to end up. But the purpose of me opening this up was to change the name of default team. I'm going to call this the video production team. Okay, and I'm going to move the final 2 members onto video production. And those 2 members are Angela and Bob. So at this point, I can see on the left-hand side of the page all the members of my organization, and on the right side, I have them sorted into 2 different teams. The next step in this walkthrough is to assign licenses to these people. But you can't do it from this page. This page is just users and teams. So I'm going to go over here to this menu with my name on it, and I'm going to click on an option called licenses. This takes me to a page where I can assign all of the members of my organization various licenses from the Clean Coders website. There is a lot more information on this page, but it is conveniently grouped into 2 separate columns. The left column contains all licenses that you can find on the Clean Coders website. If I click on any of the series names, I'm taken to a list of all episodes in that series. And at the very top of this column is a counter which shows me how many unassigned licenses I have, i.e. how many credits I have with Clean Coders, and a large blue button that allows me to purchase more licenses. In the right-hand column, there are 3 different zones. The first collapsible list contains all members of my organization, similar to the users and teams page. And you'll also recognize the 2 teams that I created earlier. But I have no assigned licenses right now, so I'm not able to allow any people in my organization to watch any videos. So the first step that I need to do is purchase some licenses. If I click on that button, I arrive at this modal window, which asks for a quantity that I would like to purchase. You'll note that there's a minimum quantity of 10 required, so I'm just going to purchase 10. If I have a large organization and I'm interested in purchasing 100 or more instances of a single license, I can send an email to the sales team at the other end of this email. But that's outside the scope of this tutorial, so I'm just going to add 10 licenses to my cart. Right, I'm going to go up to cart. I'm going to check out with my credit card. Enter my email. All right, success. I have now purchased 10 business licenses for a price of $140. So if I would like to view or print my invoice, I can do so from this page by clicking this button. And here's my invoice. However, you might want to find this page sometime in the future. In that case, you can go back up to your user menu in the upper right-hand corner again, click on Orders, and you'll notice that this order that I just placed appears on this page. Any future orders that I make will also appear here. And from here I can view the invoice again and print. I'm going to add a note. just to demonstrate this feature. If I click print, here's my invoice. Okay. But we arrived on this page on our way to assigning licenses to the members of our organization. So let's go back to that licenses page. Now that I've purchased 10 business licenses, you can see that my counter here has increased from 0 to 10 unassigned licenses. So now that I have 10 credits, 10 unassigned licenses, what can I do with them? Well, let's say I want this member of my organization to watch this video on functions. Just like with the users and teams page, all I need to do is drag this license onto the user. After I drop the item, I get a modal asking me to confirm the assignment. So I'm going to assign this. And now you'll notice that components of this right-hand column have been updated. First, if we expand Angela, we can see that she has been assigned this episode. There's a number 1 to indicate that she has 1 license assigned to her, and all members of the organization have, in total, 1 license assigned to them. That's not the only way to assign licenses, however. Just assigning licenses one by one could conceivably be tedious, depending on how many members are in your organization. So let's go over here, and let's say I want to assign this episode to all the members of the studio team. Well, you might notice when I am dragging this item, there's also an arrow on the title, and it shows that this episode will be assigned to all users underneath it. So I'm going to drop this here, and here we are. All 3 people on this team now have received this episode, and the studio in total, the studio team, now has 3 licenses assigned to it, and in total 4 licenses assigned to all members of the team. Additionally, I can assign more than 1 license at a time. So let's say I want to assign these 5 episodes to the video production team. If I check all of the boxes here, or alternately, if I want to assign the entire series, I can click this checkbox here. But if I just want to assign these 5, so long as they're checked, I can drag the entire group. I'm going to assign it to the video production team. So if you were paying attention, you might have noticed that I did not have enough licenses to assign all of those episodes to that team. And this modal confirms that. So I tried to assign 10 licenses, but I only have 6 available. Purchase 4 more and try again. So I'm going to make another purchase. Remember, the minimum quantity is 10. Okay, I made another purchase. And now when I drag these 5 episodes onto this list, they will be successfully assigned. And now my organization has 14 total licenses assigned to users, and I can see them all by clicking on each member's name. There's another feature over here called self-assign. And you'll notice if you read the tooltip that self-assign allows members of your organization to assign licenses to themselves. So if you have this feature on, then users can browse the Clean Coders catalog and consume your available license credits at their leisure. And this can save you the time of having to manually assign licenses to individual users. That's it for this tutorial. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you again next time.